Well, hi, and welcome to the Perham Show. My name is Gail Langner. Very honored today to be with Pastor Phil Arndt here at the Perham Community Alliance Church. Beautiful, beautiful altar that we have today. And I thank you for letting us come. I appreciate
We're
that.
glad you're here.
Well, I know that it's Christmas time, right?
It is coming up.
So why don't you just let the community know what kinds of things you have going on?
Well, we have our regular services on Sunday morning, and we're looking at a series. We're looking at 4 people in the Christmas story that sometimes we talk about maybe a little bit cursorily, but this time I want to go a little bit more in depth.
Okay.
Looking at Zechariah and Joseph and Simeon. And then Christmas Eve, we'll have 2 services, one at 5 and one at 7.
Okay.
And we're looking especially at Mary and the birth of Jesus. And really a special family time. We did it at 5 and 7, hopefully to get the before dinner or the after dinner crowd.
Right.
And really going to be a special time. We'll do a candlelight service as well.
Right.
And
At
keep
both-
it
at both
at both
services?
services,
Okay.
and we'll keep it right at an hour. And we look forward to having people come out and join us for that.
That's great. Now, the Zechariah and Mary, when will you start that, or will that all be in one service?
We
or-
started that this last Sunday, and we'll continue on this Sunday with Joseph, and then on to Simeon, and then on to Mary for Christmas Eve. And our services are at 9 and 10:30, and
Okay.
we invite people to come and join us for those as well.
That's great. That is awesome. This is such a wonderful time of year.
It is.
And I know that I think I've mentioned this before. I just live a couple houses down here, and I see the cars going by, so I know you have a very vibrant and involved congregation.
We do. And this is another time of the year where we really enjoy the fact that we have some wonderful musicians and wonderful worship experience. You only get a chance to do Christmas music once a year,
Yeah,
and
you're right.
so that's going to be another part of that Christmas Eve service. And the other services that we have going on is really delving into that good Christmas music, the wonder and the awe and the mystery of that really is Christmas.
Exactly. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I know the last time we spoke, you were relatively new to our community.
Relatively new.
How are you liking it?
We're loving it. It's a great community to be in. It's been wonderful to start some things here and see some changes happen and moving on. But the congregation is wonderful. The town is wonderful.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
kind of getting used to the cold weather a little bit. We're not quite used to that yet, but
Right.
we'll get there.
Right. Well, maybe not. We don't all necessarily get used to the cold.
Yeah, I think you just learn how to dress for it. That's
Well,
about the
maybe
only
so.
thing.
Just depends on how many layers you
Sure.
put on, right?
Sure.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, that's great. I know you have a big youth group
We do.
here also. Why don't you just kind of let people here in the community, give them an idea of the kinds of things that they do, what they're involved in?
Our youth meet on Wednesday evening and Sunday evening. The kids meet on Wednesday evening, and then our teenage youth meet on Sunday evening.
Okay.
One of the nice problems we have is we're out of room, so we can't have both youth
Oh, that's
and
a
teens
shame, right?
on the same night. So our youth group meets on Sunday night, and it's a very vibrant time. Brian Hill and Kay Morris, our leaders, lead that, and I know Jeff Morris also comes over and helps with that. And it's just a vibrant time of study and of fun and games together as youth, and they really have a good time.
That is great.
Yeah.
That is great. That's good to see, because I know many times we think that our younger people are not following in our footsteps the way that we were raised in the church, but you're definitely proving that that's not true.
Well, it's a good testament to the leaders and to their vibrancy and to the message. So we're very excited about it.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. Well, why don't you just run through, just again, one more time, the times of your services and then your Christmas Eve, if you do
Our
that
regular
for me.
services are at 9 and 10:30.
Right.
And then our Christmas Eve services are at 5 and 7 p.m.
Right.
on Christmas Eve.
That's great. And welcome to all, obviously.
Well, welcome to all, absolutely.
Exactly. Okay.
So-
Well, thanks so much for having us come
Thanks,
today
Gail. It's good to be here.
in this beautiful sanctuary, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Hi, and welcome back. Now I'm here with John Likeness, and John is with the Perham Community Food Shelf. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you for having us and letting us tell our story again.
Well, I appreciate what you do, and I know the people in the community do also. I know that with this being Christmas time, and I know that you're open on Tuesdays, is that correct?
Yes.
Well, Christmas and New Year's fall on Tuesday.
Yes, good point. I'm glad you brought that up because we are open on Tuesdays from 8:30 to 11:30. But this year, because of that, we are closing on, our last day is the 18th, which is next Tuesday.
Okay.
And then we'll reopen on the 8th. Now, we've made a great effort of getting that message out to clients as they come in so they can be prepared for that.
Right.
In addition to that, we have emergency baskets set up just in case a client needs some help in between that time.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So they can just call our number, which is 346-6181. Leave a message. We'll be checking it frequently.
Okay.
And then we'll make arrangements to get that basket out.
Okay. So 18th is the last day you'll be open?
Yes.
And then you'll reopen again on the January 8th?
Correct.
Okay. But they can call if they absolutely need something?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Or another point too, they can actually contact their church as well. And they have contact information for us.
Oh, well,
too,
that's good to know. I did not know that.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I know you've got some new board members.
Yes, since last time we visited, we had 5 new members. Rich McCready, Senior, who also agreed to be the secretary. No one seems to want that job.
I know, I understand. I'm like the secretary of everything because nobody else wants it. I understand that.
Yes. Dorwin Went, Carol Frank, Pastor Carl Noble, and Pastor Paul Anderson are all brand new members. So.
Great, well, that's wonderful.
And they're so supportive as well. We couldn't do this without the board providing the direction we need.
Sure.
As well as our volunteers who come every Tuesday and help out the clients. So it's very rewarding.
We are a great volunteer community.
Yes.
That is for certain. Yes, wonderful. Could you give me an idea, maybe last year compared to this year? Yes,
we've probably, the final numbers aren't in yet, but we'll be somewhere about 10 to 12% higher than 2011.
This year?
Yes.
Really?
We'll serve somewhere around 1,400 families. About 60% of those are 3 or above, so they have children normally.
Sure.
And I would say, though, that maybe about 70% come 5 times or less a year.
All right.
Because we're really there to help for people that need an occasional helping hand.
Sure.
And it's good for the people to come. What we really worry about is those people that are either don't know about us or are reluctant to come.
Right.
And our approach is what we think is very dignified, where a person can come in, take a shopping cart, and they'll go through the food shelf as if they're in a grocery store. And they'll have help by a volunteer. But so we really encourage people to take advantage of the time that if they really do need an occasional helping hand, to come to us.
Is there any criteria to come?
It's a great question, yes. There's 2 criteria. One, that you live in the Perham Dec School District.
Okay.
And you have an ID for everybody in the household.
Okay.
And your proof of residency could be an electrical bill, as an example.
Oh, okay.
If anybody that came to the door looking for food, we would not turn them away because of income, as an example.
Okay.
So,
All right, so you don't really check that then?
no. And like I told you earlier, I think if a millionaire came to the door and said they wanted food, we would give them food. So,
okay.
But that's certainly not the case in our situation.
So then Tuesdays, and again, what are the hours?
8:30 to 11:30.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes we run over, and we'll stay until
Sure.
the last client is done.
Right.
But,
Okay. All
that's
right.
about it.
Well, thank you so much for what you do and for your volunteers and your board members and so on. We here in the community know that there are needs, and we appreciate that you meet them. So thanks so much.
Thank you as well.
And I thank you for stopping by today. If there's anything that you'd ever like to see here on the Perham Show, just give me a call, Gail Langner, and my number is 841-2094. Thanks so much and have a blessed day.